Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. For anybody who is new here, I like to talk about handbags. I talk about anything from an unbranded Amazon bag up to Hermes, Chanel, whatever. I have a bag collection. I've been into bags for the last almost 30 years, I guess. So, I mean, this isn't anything that's new to me. So, just putting that out there if this is your first time here, because what I want to talk about isn't anything new either. I really don't know why people are flipping out over this Wirkin, Birkin, Hermes, Walmez, Birkin wannabe. What is the big deal? I mean, other than the fact that Walmart sells third party like Amazon does, they have really nothing at all to do with this bag in any way, shape, or form. And they're not the only company that's put or allowed to be, I don't know what I'm saying. It's not the only place that you could go if you would like to have a look-alike to the Birkin. So all I'm saying is, it's not really a big deal, but what seems to have stirred up in a lot of people, or what this has seemed to stir up in a lot of people, are feelings kind of beyond the bag itself, ranging from thoughts that this is going to ruin Hermes somehow, which of course it's not. It's not going to have any effect on them, just like none of the other lookalikes have any effect on the other brands, because you get a lookalike for pretty much anything. But also that somehow it says something about you if you buy this bag, or if you don't buy this bag on the flip side. So basically what it's kind of making people do is pass more luxury judgment. And I've talked about this on my channel before, and Winnie addressed this in her video yesterday, and I just kind of wanted to expand on some of the things that she brought up in her video and just kind of add a little bit of information, because the more I think about this, the more it's really just kind of irritating me and bugging me. Because when it comes down to it, guys, it's none of anybody's business how somebody wants to spend their money. It is totally not true that if you could afford a Birkin or a Chanel Classic flap or a Louis Vuitton P9 that you're going to have one, okay? And it has nothing to do about whether or not you can get one or not. But there are people who really aren't interested in these bags or any bags at all. I've known many, many people who have the money, or at least had the money, to buy what they wanted to, whatever they wanted to, and if they didn't buy it themselves, they would have somebody who'd be able to easily afford to buy it for them, and had no interest in a handbag of any sort. I know a woman who owns multiple properties, was an executive for a company, and she's carrying around a Dooney and Burke bag that I don't even know is how old. And she's been using the same bag for a few years, okay? She's not interested in bags, and a lot of people aren't interested in bags. I could tell you that I've taken my her bag out, which looks like an Hermes Kelly. Of course, it's not an Hermes Kelly, but it is an Hermes bag. And yes, Hermes does make bags. They make all kinds of bags besides a Birkin or a Kelly, and they're all bags, okay? Some people, I think, kind of forget that. But at any rate, I don't think I've ever been approached anywhere having somebody ask me about it or talk about it unless I was in an Hermes boutique, and once when I was at Chanel and someone had said to me, "Oh, your her bag is beautiful." People don't know what it is. A lot of people don't know what an Hermes bag is. My next door neighbor, when she came to look at my closet when it was redone, saw one of the dust bags for one of my bags. It might have been my Mini Evelyn. And she said, "Oh," she said, "is that Hermes?" And she didn't know actually how to say it. And she said that she never heard of it before, but she watches The Housewives and she saw the Housewives carry one. So the general public, they're not really interested in your bags. I hate to tell you. People aren't looking at you when you're riding the train or whether you're riding on the bus unless they're a handbag person and saying, oh my God, look at that bag she's carrying. There's somebody who rides my train every day that has a really neat Louboutin tote that I've never seen before. Well, I've seen the style of the tote, but I've never seen this particular pattern. But I could guarantee you nobody else knows what it is or cares unless they're into bags. And even if they have a good bag, they might not know anything about this bag. And likewise, if somebody doesn't have the money to go out and buy a luxury bag or doesn't choose to buy a luxury bag, that's okay too. It's not your place to judge how somebody else spends their money. And if they want to buy something that looks like something else and they're happy with it, who are you to say anything? Or if somebody does go out and buy themselves a Birkin, it's their money. You're not paying their bills. You're not the one that they have to answer to. You have absolutely nothing to do with their choices, nor do their choices impact you. Just like choices on many other things don't impact you either, but yet people need to put their 2 cents in. I really just don't get it. And I know that there is definitely a luxury judgment on YouTube. I think that there's, like a hierarchy where people look at someone who has 15 Birkins behind them and thinks that they are, just out of this world. And of course, like the peon, I should say, of luxury, and that they somehow have the knowledge or the ability to be more informative or are somehow more valuable than somebody who has Coach bags behind them. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. You know why? And I hate to break it to you, no matter who you are, whether you have luxury or contemporary or whatever, the only thing that 15 Birkins behind you or 15 Birkins in your closet or 25 Coach bags on your shelves, all it means is that you have those bags on your shelves. It says zero about you as a person. It doesn't scream to what your values are. It doesn't make you, the wind, I got scared. It doesn't make you more valuable or more worthy than anybody else. It's just a bag. I mean, guys, it's just a bag. And it might mean something to you. It might mean something huge for somebody to have the ability to spend $700 on a Coach Rogue if it's their first really high-end bag. Good for them. Somebody might feel great if they save up all their money and they spend $10,000 to get a Birkin from a boutique. Good for them. It's great for them. It makes no difference to the rest of us. They're not a better person. They're not smarter. They're not any nicer. They're not any kinder. They're not any more elite than they were before. They're just somebody who has a bag. That's all I have to say on this, guys. If you like it, go ahead. You could go to Amazon and you could look up and find many, 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 many versions of the same lookalike. If you want to do it, more power to you. You have my blessing. Not that you need it, but you can do that. I mean, if you like it, that's all that counts. All that counts for you should be how you feel when you walk out your door. What kind of a person are you going to be? Are you going to be the kind of person who uplifts others? Or are you going to be the kind of person who makes things more difficult and who harbors some kind of judgment in your heart? You make that choice. I wish everybody a happy new year. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I sometimes do go on these rants, but most of the times I just like to show my handbags. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful 2025. Bye.